This evil will not prevail. The evil that's coming will not prevail in the end when it's all said and done. I'm taking on a different role. You know, I told you I've been in a transitional period, which we're all in a transitional period if we're being honest, right? So I asked God, what direction does he want me to go in next? What should I be doing? Because simply waving a Trump flag doesn't change anything, and it doesn't really fit the situation we're in right now, given that the election has been decided, right? So what could I do? And you know, it makes sense for me to be out here and try to give people some hope, try to keep people's spirits up and let them know and remind them that it's not about Trump. It's never been about him. It's always been about us.
I know you.
Who am I? Who am I?
I know you. Magnificent.
Yeah, it's me. It's me, man. Yeah, I'm doing good. So now what?
Well, there's a reason there's a big giant cage around the Capitol building and 21,000 troops inside of that cage. It's not to keep anybody out because they know we're not coming.
City College just posted more. We're coming from DC. We're coming from Puerto Rico now too.
That's to keep those people in.
Yeah. You know why?
Yeah, because they're all criminals.
Because they're going to get locked up.
So what I hear you saying is Biden will not be inaugurated?
I don't believe so. And even if he is, he's not my president. Trump was never their president. He's never going to be my president. He's a pedophile, and that cannot be a president.
So what's going to happen if on the 20th it doesn't go down the way that you think it is?
Well, we learned a lot from Antifa over the past 4 years and a lot of their tactics, and there's no unifying what they've done and said for 4 years. I brought my son out here, a 10-year-old boy, and they called him a racist. Do you think I could ever look past that? Not a chance. This unity crap, it's too divided now. I don't think there's ever unifying the country again. So either we secede and we split into two nations, or these people are going to just have to understand that they pushed too far. They pushed us too far. And we tried to be nice. All we did was want to be left alone, but they kept pushing and kept pushing.
So then wouldn't we just be in a perpetual, and I'm just pushing back respectfully just because I want to be constructive about it and get everybody's perspective on everything. Wouldn't it be like a terrible place to live if we just had like this crazy war? Or
well, it was doing pretty good under Trump, except for the left constantly losing their minds. So, I mean, if they wanted it to be that terrible under Trump, well, it might just be that terrible under Biden if he somehow becomes the president of this country. I don't really see a way to fix it right now.
I have a more optimistic view than that, and I'll tell you why. Because it wasn't so long ago that I would have driven by here and thought you guys were all racist. Mm-hmm. But God used me. God woke me up, right. And now here I am standing on the same street corner as you. So if that can be true for me and millions of other people, meaning Trump got 12 million more votes, right?
Right.
We have the walk away campaign, an entire movement.
They took it down.
It still exists.
Right.
So if that can happen, why can't more people continue to come to our side and realize that they're not our enemies? We're not enemies with them. Our enemy is the state.
I absolutely hope you're right. And if, like I said, somehow Biden does get inaugurated, hopefully they'll wake up and see that they made a serious error in this. All we wanted is the best for the country, and Trump was giving us the best.
And maybe that was God's plan.
It might
Just
be.
like God's plan was to have Trump, maybe his plan is to not have Trump for 4 years. You think God is surprised by it?
Well, God's got his own plan for everything, and
his plans are 10 times better than ours, right?
I would hope so.
But you know what, man? I've spent a whole year fighting, spending all my time and all my money, fighting for Trump, and in hopes that we can keep America going on the right path. And I know so many people, man, that have done the same things. And then you do that for a whole year, and then you wake up and realize that the fight is going to be 100 times harder than you ever thought it was going to be. That's why a lot of people can't stomach it, man. Right before the election, we had 600 people out here. Now we're down to what, 20 people maybe? It's hard to lose like that, and the way it happened. And keep going, man, and keep that spirit and keep trying. It really is hard. It's hard for me.
Well, I don't know if you're a man of God or not, but I'm a man of God, and God is not surprised by anything. God was not surprised by Trump getting elected in 2016. He's not surprised by what happened now. And whether or not Trump was reelected we would still be in this same battle.
Oh, yeah.
They could declare Trump the president right now, and that would change nothing. Because COVID lockdowns, it would obviously change some things, but we'd still have the same battles. We'd still be dealing with COVID lockdowns. We'd still be dealing with mask mandates, vaccines, and all
We
this
wouldn't
stuff.
have to worry
Censorship.
about who's in charge. Those Democrats are going to be in charge of everything. So now we got to worry about what those consequences are going to be.
Yeah.
They could change the rules forever.
I don't think we should worry too much because, like I said, God is not surprised. He works in mysterious ways. Just like he put Trump in there to stop what they were doing before, something else will happen if you keep the faith. I know it's hard to
If
believe.
God's got his hands in our electoral process,
Oh, he doesn't,
he's
because
then he's doing it to punish us.
man has free will.
Yeah.
Man has free will. It was evil people that stole
Yeah.
your vote and my vote.
Yeah.
Evil people did that, right? They had a choice to make in that situation. Do I cast this ballot for Trump, or do I circle Biden? Do I crumble this up and throw it away? That's a battle right there. The battle is internal. The battle is internal. You either do the right thing or you do the wrong thing.
I know I'm on the right side, and I also know that if we stop fighting, if we all give up like a lot of people have, it looks like, man, we're done. We're cooked. So,
I'm not so sure about that. If the world got as bad as we thought it was going to get, that means we're that much closer to Jesus returning. Because no matter what, none of us are making it out of here alive, right?
that's true.
It doesn't matter if you're Democrat, Republican, white, black. I don't want to be all preachy, but I'm just trying to be positive and uplift people, because
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. It's hard to stay positive right now.
it is.
Like, I'm out here making these videos too, and I'm trying to inspire people. I'm trying to inspire people when I'm at the lowest level I've been at since I've been doing this. So it's hard. And to see people just not showing up anymore, it's depressing, you know?
So I feel like people, and I get it, I understand, people have lost hope and lost faith, but if there was ever a time to have faith like never before, it is right now in this moment. Because, and this is what I should have said in that last video, God is not surprised by any of this. Just because the election went the way that it did doesn't mean God loses the battle that is spiritual in this plane. None of us are going to make it out of here alive, right? And that's what's more important, is where do you want to be when you're on your deathbed? You know what I mean? Do you want to have regrets? Do you want to have fear? Are you going to be afraid? Are you going to reflect on your life knowing that you did the right thing, or wishing you could have done more? And I think right now it's important for us to understand that our enemy is not a Joe Biden voter.
No.
It's not Democrat, Republican. It's not left or right. We just saw that. The Republicans don't stand for the Republic. They do not represent our values, our beliefs. They're not going to save us. William Barr wasn't going to save us. The SCOTUS. And, you know, even President Trump's not going to save us. Jesus Christ, on the other hand, will save us. And so shouldn't we be like unified under that message? Because, you know, no matter what happens, the state will crush all of us. They don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. We're all going to have the same fate from the state. Would you agree?
I agree 100%. And I'm actually encouraged. Where there's darkness, there's so much light. So, you know, people are coming out to the street corners now and proclaiming Jesus Christ as Lord. And we have faith and encouragement in that.
I'm going to still come out here. I don't care. Because the battle goes on. This has never been about President Trump. It's always been about us.